I'm doing shoe reviews today because it's too bad to skate outside. It's snowy, it's cold, it's wet, it's frozen on the floor. I tried skating up here because I'm remodeling this room. It's on the first floor and nobody is at home at the moment, but that wasn't a success. So I eventually thought, I've got the camera here, let me grab some shoes and finally do some reviews of shoes. I've been skating a lot over the last year. And now we're into the Fallen territory. I got 4 pairs of Fallens last year, 2 to wear casually and these 2 to skate. I did wear the Trooper casually for a long time at first before I started skating them. I think these are out of production at the moment, but you can probably still get them. I think the reason they're out of production is because the Trooper is a Chris Cole Pro model. And if you are wondering why that might be an issue or why they might put that out of production, and if you haven't heard about the Chris Cole situation, I'd say give it a look on YouTube. I won't get into the politics of that. The Patriots are the one I actually started skating first. The first Fallen shoe I ever skated, which was I think in May, and I've skated them from May up until the end of 2025. So what do I have to say about these Patriots? I think they are the flagship shoe of Fallen. I do think they look nice. They do look better in my opinion in different colorways, but I got these because they were on sale and I just wanted to try them. The fit was good at first, but I think after about 3-4 weeks they started blowing out. You can also see it in these shoes. If you look above the lacing, you see they are really bulged up there. The leather is really bulged up. The same thing on these. And that's because these shoes don't hold their form very well, at least not for my foot. I have to say the Patriots were the only one that weren't too snug at the side of the big toe. I've had that issue with all the other Fallen shoes I've had, that they really pinch my big toe from the side. And I think you can also see it a bit here, that the leather has also bulged out a bit there. But the Patriots were the ones that had that the least. And if you get full leather Fallen shoes, I have the Billy Marks Pro model, the Palm, which are full leather. And they hold their form a little bit better in the midfoot, but it also keeps pinching my big toes. So they are not comfortable to wear for me for a long time, but those for me are not skate shoes. But for me that has been the biggest drawback with both of the Fallen shoes I skated, that the midfoot started blowing out, my foot started sliding around, and from that point on I got really uncomfortable, which is a shame because there is a lot good to say about these shoes. First of all, I think the grip is good, but the board feel is great. The durability is really top notch on these shoes. Even though I cannot do a lot of flat ground tricks, I have been working on a lot of flat ground tricks, especially kick flips. So imagine I've been skating these for at least half a year in rotation, but these were the ones next to the Rolly XLTs that I've skated the most. And if you look at the kickflip area, I think it looks very good. Those are really durable shoes. So great flick, very durable, good board feel. For my taste, they do like a bit of padding. I would like a bit of more padding. Even though they look like they have enough padding, I could do with a bit more. But the biggest issue for me was the fit. So if you might have a wider foot, that might be better. But I think most Fallen shoes, at least in my experience, are a bit too pinchy in the toe box. And after that, in the midfoot, they get a bit too wide. And especially because they don't hold their form well, they blow out pretty fast. And before I go on with the Trooper, I will already give you the answer to the question, which one of these is better? Well, in my opinion, I think the Patriots are better. I like to wear them more. I like to skate them more. I actually started wearing these casually, but eventually I was already going through the heel right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a hole here in the heel, and that only happened from casual wear. And once that started happening, I thought, well, I might as well start skating them. These were a bit more pinchy at the side of the big toe area. I think I had to wear them 3 days to work at least before it was bearable to wear these shoes for a long time. The durability is almost the same, but I'm sure I did less kickflips in these shoes, but you do see I'm going through a layer a bit here. I do think these Troopers look a bit cooler in my opinion, at least in this colorway. The heel was also a bit strange. It felt like there was a ball or a bulge in the heel. So it felt like there was something round here on the inside, which was really weird at first, and it feels like your heel is slipping, and it probably was, and that's why I also got this wear. But it wore off over time when I was wearing them in. But these also have good board feel with a good flick, but I just do think that the Patriot is a little bit better overall. So would I recommend these shoes? And that's a tough call for me because I really love the brand. I love them ever since back in the day when I started out, because that was my style of skating, at least the style that I like to look at, because I was never at that level. But I think they have great designs. They are really durable shoes with good flick, good board feel. In my opinion, I would like a little bit more padding, and I'm not talking about fat shoes, just a little bit more padding. But especially, it would be great if these shoes held form a little bit better. At least for my feet, they don't fit well enough, so I probably won't skate them again. Which, once again, I really do think is a shame, because they make great shoes and it's a company I would like to support, but they simply don't work for me. And I found out too late, because when I started skating these, I loved these because they had such a great flick and because they held on so well. So I bought more pairs, and maybe a bit naively, because I thought this is going to be my be-all end-all skate shoe brand. And only after I ordered the other shoes, they started blowing out, I started slipping around in the shoe, and it really started bothering me. But even though I wouldn't get Fallen shoes again, I do recommend them to you if you have the right foot shape for it, and if you don't need a lot of padding. But if you do, you can also get the Heritage. That's an old shoe they reissued that has a lot of padding. But I will still get their apparel, because I like their shirts, their sweaters, and especially their socks, which I think I'm wearing now. And I can still support them that way, and I also still like all the other stuff they make, but these sweatshirts, these socks, and these shirts fit me a lot better than these shoes do. At least in the beginning, some of them, especially the Patriots, fit good because they don't pinch my toe box. The other ones do, and the form doesn't last for me. So even though I cannot wear their shoes because it doesn't work for my feet, I can still wear the other stuff, and I can still recommend them.